Thank you for joining us again for another video. It's a new year. I've got a lot of projects going on here in the workshop at the moment. I can't wait to share them all with you. Come and have a look. To be able to stand here in front of this and make a panel so smooth that it hasn't got any ripples in it, it's just like a perfect convex mirror. One of the most satisfying things that's ever happened to me, honestly. The whole Ranalah project has been an absolutely epic job. It started way before last year. The year before that was tracking down my very first one, finding my first Ranalah, and the hunt and quest that led to.
About an hour in to wandering around country lanes and footpaths, and I haven't found anything yet.
Sorting out all of the paperwork and the lawyers and the legal team to sort out the trademark and things like that. The time came where we needed to start working on 3D drawings. We worked with Paul there at Modular 105, who helped us actually get that over that first hurdle and have a physical drawing that we could then take up to Mikey at MJY Pattern Makers. Made us the most beautiful set of patterns.
Look at that.
Led us down to Chris at East Coast Castings, where we cast the very first one. It was the 21st of December, just before Christmas, casting the very first new Ranalah. And a year almost to the day has gone by, and now we're standing in front of the second completely new finished machine. What an achievement. I'm honestly over the moon. I really am. I've got number one, and that is staying with me. Number two is at Jeff Moss. It's been delivered down there, and he's absolutely loving it. I speak to him almost every week, like, Jeff, how are you getting on with the Ranalah? How are you getting on? You doing okay? Any problems? Let me know, any feedback, and we can trust that Jeff will talk his mind. I'm sure, as you know him by now. And I'm very pleased to say that the Ranalah that we've dropped off to Jeff Moss at MPH Motor Panels has already made the back end for one of the Lotus 11s that was in his workshop whilst we visited. He's made a complete new E-type front end, all on the new Ranalah, and he's over the moon. He could not be happier. About 2 months, I think he's had it, and he's used it almost every day. He's had students come down and use it, which is the best news. The fact that Jeff is teaching this craft, that's what this whole project is about, trying to spread the word and encourage new people to get into this craft and learn from people like Jeff. Another huge achievement for me and for the Ranalah project was getting to display them and show them off at Goodwood Revival. We cast so many to dot around Revival. We painted them all different colours. Lucia came down and gave me a day of her time and painted the most beautiful flowers. We had 6 Ranalahs at Goodwood Revival, dotted around, all painted different colours. 2 of them were actually there being used and demonstrated by people. The rest of them painted these bright gold colours. They were so well received, and just, they did their job. I made the little sort of spaceship signposts to go in the middle saying Revive and Thrive, and they were there solely to create interest and raise awareness for the Revive and Thrive area. A big weekend for me and a massive weekend for these little Ranalahs.
It's a very old machine from the 1930s, really. We're bringing back the name and bringing back the machines and trying to encourage and inspire people to have a go at the craft of wheeling and learn how to use these machines.
I've tried my best to keep every detail of the Ranalah project as true to the original as possible. All the parts are interchangeable. They'll work on an original or on a brand new one. The set of 3 lower wheels are now finished. It's been a huge job, but I'm very pleased to say that they're done. They all work really nicely, as you can see. I've made an accurate sort of reproduction of the original box using English ash, embossed in the side with the Ranalah name as it was originally. It's the little cherry on the cake. Is that what you say? It's cherry on the icing on the cake. Is it the icing on the cherry? You'd put the cherry on top of the icing though, wouldn't you? Because I had to cast so many frames for Revival, they're not all built, they're all still in their raw state. I've skipped ahead to this one, which is number 7. Leave a comment below if you can guess where this one's going. My poor little camper van. Something else we need to talk about. This is something else. That happened in 2022. This was a complete surprise to me. But I just have this vision of it being the Ranalah shop truck. And I really like that. All painted blue, sign written, and I've got the nice white sign writing on there with a little illustration of the guy wheeling on the side. I can picture it already. Little Ranalah here. Like that. Ranalah around there, wheeling machines, and just all those nice little old sort of slogans that they used. I got this particular van because I wanted a panel van, and this was not a project. Although it has fought me along the way a few times. We've had the engine out 3 times now, 3 or 4 times is it? Replaced the clutch, replaced this, done that, changed the starter motor. There's been a few issues along the way, but we're getting there. I'm still adamant it's not a project. It is a running, driving bus. We went up to the Greggs to buy lunch for John on it.
Oh, there it is.
My way.
There it is.
Aye.
I really don't like the black roof and the white roof rack. I want to sand that all down, paint it the beautiful dove blue to match the rest with a grey roof rack, and then start sketching out and working out what the sign writing is going to look like, because it's going to be good. It's going to be quite elaborate. It's going to look beautiful, and I can't wait for the summer so we can actually jump in this and go to some car shows. Bring on the summer. Rusty bit there. It's endless. I should stop looking at it really. I'm so glad I got this Porsche. It's been sitting here for years now. Last year we made a start, I chopped off a lot, took it apart. But I couldn't really get my teeth stuck into it because I was so busy filming the repair shop, filming other YouTube stuff. There's just been a lot going on. The Ranalah project really took a lot of my time. Now that is done, I can actually shift my focus onto this, and this year is going to be the year for the Porsche. I can't promise it's going to be finished this year. It may take a little bit longer than that, but one day this is going to be a beautiful, shiny, pristine 356A, and I cannot wait to open up the roller shutter and take it for the first drive. I can see it already. There's a lot of work and a long road ahead of us. I'm at the stage now where I need to continue chopping bits of rust out. John's coming up 1 day a week, so every video from now on for the next at least a month is going to be all Porsche. We're going to get it stripped down. Every last nut and bolt and washer and collet and spring is going to be removed. A complete bare shell. I'll be working on stripping the paint off the big panels and cutting out a lot of the rot. A goal that I've kind of set myself is by the end of January to have all the worst rot chopped out, every nut and bolt and washer removed, and actually get it blasted back to bare metal so I can really see what we're working with. Then we can get the doors fitting, start actually thinking about lining things up again and putting some new metal in. So work is still progressing behind the scenes. The buck is being made, and hopefully I'll be able to get my hands on that by the end of January. I've got the original front end on the bench over there, so as soon as that buck turns up, we can use the two. That might end up being another trip down to see Jeff at MPH Motor Panels to make that whole new front end. That's going to be a big one. I know that you're all desperate to see these videos. I've seen so many comments from you all sort of begging me to work on it, but I've had to put my priorities elsewhere up until now. This month, maybe 6 weeks, it's all Porsche, so stay tuned. Right, there is one final project that I've been working on this last year. I've not been able to say too much about it until now. Have a look at this. We're a nation of talented makers.
Fantastic, you nailed it. Nice one.
But turning our passions into profit isn't easy.
I don't know any buyers that would currently pay that.
So I've assembled a team of successful professional craftspeople.
You can't expect people to come and find you.
No.
To help talented amateurs turn their hobbies and skills into full-time jobs.
If you can make it work in 6 colors, it is less time consuming and the price points would reflect that.
With straight-talking advice.
I love the idea behind leaving the tool marks in. My fear is that the consumer may not understand it.
And once-in-a-lifetime surprises.
You're joking?
No, I'm serious.
I'm a little bit speechless.
They'll make serious money.
I've made 6,000.
What?
I made £9,000.
Stop it.
And create life-changing businesses.
It's only onwards and upwards from here.
Onwards and upwards.
Onwards and upwards. See, that literally sums up the new show. Make It at Market is on the 2nd of January, BBC One at 4:30, every day for 3 weeks. We set up this incredible space where it's almost like a little creative haven. Very talented craftspeople that have normal jobs, working in banks or schools or like a normal job, but they have a passion and a skill for a craft. Glass blowing, stone carving, willow weaving, wood turning. We covered some amazing crafts. We teamed them up with a mentor who has successfully been doing that craft as a job.
Done this 100 times before, Alex, so you know what you're doing. Just breathe. Take it easy. You've got it.
Between myself and the mentors, we guide them through. We work with them for about 2.5 months, it was roughly. We set them challenges along the way. They've got to make high volume pieces that they can sell fairly cheaply. They've got to make high-end pieces, which are more expensive and premium. It's a delicate process and a nervous time for all glass artists.
Broke. Well.
Try and help them take that leap from it being a sort of kitchen table craft to an actual job.
There are things you can do to help speed up the process quite dramatically.
Yeah.
Maybe making a jig that you can insert into the soft clay to make the well faster.
That's definitely something I'll look into, because at the moment, making the opening to fit the candlestick, that's the bit that almost takes the most time, because it's got to be accurately measured.
The best thing about the show for me is that it has genuinely changed their lives. Some of them have quit their jobs and are now doing these crafts full time, and it works. It's an amazing show. I'm very, very proud to be part of it, and I cannot wait for you to see it. I'm sure you already know that I made the repair shop sign. I designed and built that right at the very start in 2016. This Make It at Market show needed a sign. So I was there with my hand up in front of the class like, I'll do it, I'll do it. After it's been carved out, I gilded it all to give it that nice gold traditional look. There's hundreds and hundreds, thousands of people out there at home working away, super talented people, whether they're working in their single garage or their converted shed or their kitchen table, it doesn't matter. And this show, Make It at Market, really proves that. If you've got the talent and the passion and the drive and desire to do it, you can do it with a little bit of help. So I really hope that this show inspires the nation to get out there and have a go and pick up one of these crafts. Well, there we go. Hasn't this year been amazing? We've achieved so much. Thank you very, very much for following us along and all the support along the way. Anyway, I better get to work.
Baby, you give me ice and fire. You're giving me wind and rain.
Bad news, no yum yums, but I have got you Greg's Festive Bake. Cheers. Thanks, Greg's. That would be a good sponsor to have, wouldn't it?
Don't leave me high and dry.